Hi, VencoreWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Thursday, August 18th. Well, the back has been broken of the recent heat wave here in the I-95 corridor region between D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City. High temperatures over the next few days should primarily be in the 80s, perhaps touching out at around the 90-degree mark in and around the D.C. metro region. There are strong signs for an even more pleasant air mass to move into the I-95 corridor early next week. It looks like a strong cold front pushes through Sunday night time frame, and Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday as well look very pleasant. High temperatures closer to the 80-degree mark than the 90-degree mark that we'll experience over the next few days. Before we get more details on the local weather situation, let's take a look at the eastern Atlantic. The tropical season is becoming more active now. Not surprising. This is the climatological peak of the season headed our way in the next few weeks. Generally, the peak is reached around the middle part of September. It ramps up normally for the second half of August, active in September, and then starts to fade away during the month of October. It looks like the next 6 weeks will be quite active indeed. There is some warmer than normal water in the tropical Atlantic and in the Caribbean Sea region. This is a look at a visible satellite image just off the west coast of Africa. Here is the African west coast right here, and we really have three separate waves here. Right here, this is actually a tropical storm, Fiona. Sustained winds about 40 knots right now. Another wave on its heels, and yet a third wave just now exiting the African coastline. This will stay out over the water certainly for the next 5 days or so. It looks like it'll have a tendency to curve away to the northwest, north, and then northeast before ever reaching the U.S. coastline. Of course, that is subject to change, and we'll monitor the situation. But again, the tropical Atlantic is becoming more and more active. Not surprising. It's now the second half of August, and we should have a pretty active 6-week or so stretch going right into the early part of October. Well, let's first start off by looking at the potential for a very pleasant air mass here in the east early next week. This is from last night's 0Z ensemble run of the European model. 500 millibar height anomalies. This happens to be the Saturday evening forecast. Notice all these blues around here. This is quite an impressive upper level low situated over the western Great Lakes come Saturday evening. Cool air headed for the plains and the upper part of the Midwest, and indeed that works its way into the east. Let's now jump ahead another 24 hours. And here's the forecast map for Sunday evening. That upper level low moves to the eastern Great Lakes, and a surface cold front will be working its way right through the I-95 corridor late Sunday, Sunday night, early Monday. And it looks like a very pleasant air mass for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. High temperatures not far from 80 degrees in some parts of the I-95 corridor region during that 3-day period of Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. As that front pushes through, we have a good chance for more showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, Sunday night time frame ahead of that pleasant air mass, which again will affect us here early next week. Well, let's now look at the short-term situation. This is a look at the radar loop. Showers pushed through the southeastern part of Pennsylvania in and around Philadelphia early this morning, about between 5 and 6 a.m. There are now some lingering showers across New Jersey, the New York City metro region, over the Delmarva Peninsula, all moving to the east. Certainly cannot rule out another shower or perhaps even an afternoon thunderstorm, but much of the time will be rain-free. In fact, the early morning clouds could give way to some sunny intervals by the midday and afternoon hours. Again, possibility of an isolated shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. I do not expect anything widespread. Well, let's take a look at some forecast maps from last night's 0Z GFS model run. All these maps from the Tropical Tidbits website. This is, again, the Thursday evening forecast map. A little bit of a frontal system depicted here with this kink in the isobars right here, south and east of the D.C., Philly, New York City metro region. Again, an isolated shower or thunderstorm possible later this afternoon into the early part of tonight, but nothing on the widespread side like we've had in recent days. Here's the forecast map for tomorrow night, Friday night. Pretty nice day on tap to end the work week. High pressure pushing off the coast. Basically rain-free conditions here in the northeast U.S. Tomorrow is likely to be the best chance to go through the entire day without any kind of shower or thunderstorm activity. Cannot rule it out 100%, but most likely a rain-free day to close out the work week. Some moisture gathering together here across the south central U.S. and the central plains. Cold frontal system starting to take shape out across the central plains. And here's the forecast map for Saturday evening. Most of the day will be rain-free. Cannot rule out a shower or thunderstorm during the afternoon or evening hours. Probably on an isolated basis. Nothing widespread expected Saturday afternoon and evening. Cannot rule it out completely, however. Low pressure by Saturday evening over the central Great Lakes with a strong cold front trailing out across the south central U.S. all the way into the state of Texas, and strong high pressure behind it out across the northern plains. Finally, here's the forecast map from last night's 0Z GFS model run for Sunday evening. At this time, cold frontal system will be approaching the I-95 corridor. A good chance for showers and thunderstorms probably Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. And notice that strong high pressure in the Midwest right behind that cold frontal system. This heads to the northeastern U.S. and dominates the weather scene around here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with a downright pleasant air mass for this time of year. In fact, high temperature could be confined to near the 80-degree mark in some parts of the D.C., Philly, New York corridor on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that's it for now. For VencoreWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.